What is Alcoholics Anonymous? Alcoholics Anonymous, commonly known as AA, is one of the most influential recovery movements in the history of addiction treatment. Founded in 1935 by Bill Wilson and Dr. Bob Smith, AA was created as a fellowship for people struggling with alcoholism who desired to stop drinking and rebuild their lives. What began as a small support group between two men fighting the same destructive illness has now expanded into a worldwide organization that has helped millions of people achieve sobriety and emotional healing. At its core, Alcoholics Anonymous is more than just a recovery program. It is a spiritual and emotional journey that teaches individuals how to live without alcohol while finding purpose, honesty, humility, and hope. Alcoholism is often misunderstood by society. Many people believe it is simply a lack of willpower or poor decision-making, but Alcoholics Anonymous approaches alcoholism as a progressive disease that affects the mind, body, and spirit. According to AA philosophy, alcoholics suffer from an obsession of the mind and an allergy of the body. Once alcohol enters their system, they lose control over how much they consume, and even when they sincerely want to stop, they often find themselves unable to do so alone. This understanding removes much of the shame associated with addiction and replaces it with accountability, support, and recovery. Alcoholism is one of the most destructive and misunderstood struggles in modern society. It destroys families, damages relationships, ruins careers, weakens mental health, and leaves millions of people trapped in cycles of guilt, fear, loneliness, and hopelessness. For many individuals, alcohol begins as a source of comfort, celebration, or escape, but over time it slowly transforms into a prison that controls the mind, emotions, and spirit. Countless people attempt to stop drinking through willpower alone, only to find themselves returning to alcohol again and again, despite painful consequences. This painful reality has led many to search for a solution greater than themselves, a solution built on support, understanding, honesty, and hope. One of the most powerful answers to this struggle is Alcoholics Anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous, widely known as AA, is more than just a recovery program for people who want to stop drinking. It is a worldwide fellowship that has transformed the lives of millions by offering emotional support, spiritual guidance, and a path toward lasting sobriety. Since its founding in 1935, AA has become one of the most recognized recovery movements in history, helping individuals from every race, culture, religion, and social background overcome the devastating effects of alcoholism. The organization was created from the belief that alcoholics can help one another achieve sobriety through shared experience, honesty, humility, and mutual encouragement. What makes Alcoholics Anonymous unique is its understanding that alcoholism is not simply a bad habit or a moral failure. AA teaches that alcoholism is a physical, mental, and spiritual illness that cannot always be defeated through self-discipline alone. Many alcoholics sincerely promise themselves and their loved ones that they will stop drinking, yet they repeatedly fall back into addiction. This cycle often creates shame, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. AA provides an environment where people no longer have to suffer in silence. Instead of judgment, members find compassion. Instead of isolation, they find fellowship. Instead of hopelessness, they discover the possibility of recovery. At the heart of Alcoholics Anonymous is the idea that healing begins when individuals admit they cannot fight addiction alone. Through meetings, sponsorship, the 12 steps, and service to others, AA encourages recovering alcoholics to rebuild their lives one day at a time. The program teaches personal responsibility while also emphasizing forgiveness, spiritual growth, emotional healing, and connection with others who understand the pain of addiction firsthand. For many people, Alcoholics Anonymous becomes much more than a place to stop drinking. It becomes a new way of life. Members often describe AA as the moment they stopped merely surviving and began truly living again. Through the fellowship, they learn how to face fear without alcohol, manage emotions without escaping, repair damaged relationships, and rediscover purpose and self-worth. In a world where addiction continues to grow and emotional suffering affects countless lives, Alcoholics Anonymous remains a symbol of hope for those who feel lost in darkness. Understanding what Alcoholics Anonymous truly is requires looking beyond the meetings and slogans to see the deeper purpose behind the fellowship. AA is a movement built on human connection, spiritual awakening, honesty, and transformation. It is a reminder that no matter how far a person has fallen into addiction, recovery is always possible when they are willing to seek help and take the journey one step at a time. One of the most powerful aspects of Alcoholics Anonymous is the sense of fellowship it provides. Many alcoholics experience isolation, guilt, fear, and loneliness during their addiction. They often feel misunderstood by family members, rejected by society, and trapped inside their own destructive behavior. AA meetings create a safe environment where individuals can openly share their experiences without judgment. In these meetings, people speak honestly about their struggles, failures, fears, and victories. By hearing others tell stories that mirror their own lives, newcomers begin to realize that they are not alone. This connection is often the first spark of hope in recovery. The foundation of Alcoholics Anonymous is built around the famous 12 steps. These steps are designed to guide individuals through a process of personal transformation and spiritual growth. The first step requires admitting powerlessness over alcohol and recognizing that life has become unmanageable. This admission is difficult because addiction often feeds on denial and pride. However, AA teaches that true recovery begins when a person stops pretending to have control and becomes willing to ask for help. The following steps encourage members to believe in a higher power, examine their character defects, make amends for past harms, and continue practicing self-awareness and spiritual growth. Although spirituality plays a major role in AA, the program is not tied to any religion. Members are free to define their own understanding of a higher power, whether it is God, the AA fellowship itself, nature, or simply the principles of love and truth. This flexibility allows people from different backgrounds and beliefs to participate in the program. Another essential element of Alcoholics Anonymous is sponsorship. A sponsor is a more experienced member who guides a newcomer through the 12 steps and offers support during difficult moments. Sponsorship creates a mentorship relationship based on honesty and shared experience. Sponsors are not therapists or perfect individuals. They are recovering alcoholics who understand the pain of addiction and wish to help others achieve sobriety. This relationship often becomes a lifeline for people who feel overwhelmed by cravings, emotional struggles, or fear of relapse. Relapse is a serious topic within Alcoholics Anonymous. AA recognizes that recovery is not always a straight path, and that many alcoholics struggle multiple times before achieving long-term sobriety. However, the fellowship teaches that relapse does not have to mean failure. Instead, it can become an opportunity for deeper self-understanding and renewed commitment to recovery. Members are encouraged to remain honest, attend meetings regularly, and continue working the program one day at a time. The phrase, "one day at a time," reflects AA's belief that sobriety is achieved by focusing on the present rather than becoming overwhelmed by the future. One reason Alcoholics Anonymous has remained successful for decades is because it addresses more than drinking itself. Alcohol is often only a symptom of deeper emotional pain, trauma, fear, resentment, anxiety, or spiritual emptiness. AA encourages members to confront these inner struggles honestly, rather than escaping through alcohol. Through meetings, prayer, meditation, inventory work, and service to others, many individuals experience emotional healing alongside physical sobriety. Service is another important principle in Alcoholics Anonymous. Members are encouraged to help newcomers, share their experiences, and contribute to the fellowship. AA believes that helping others is one of the strongest ways to maintain sobriety. When recovering alcoholics reach out to those still suffering, they not only strengthen their own recovery, but also create hope for others trapped in addiction. This cycle of mutual support is one of the reasons AA continues to grow across generations. Despite its success, Alcoholics Anonymous is not without criticism. Some people feel uncomfortable with the spiritual language used in the program, while others believe that recovery should involve professional medical treatment alongside meetings. It is important to understand that AA does not claim to be the only solution for alcoholism. Instead, it offers a free and accessible path of recovery that has worked for millions of people. Many individuals combine AA participation with therapy, counseling, rehabilitation programs, or medical treatment. In modern society, alcoholism continues to destroy lives, families, careers, and mental health. The pressures of stress, loneliness, trauma, and emotional instability often push people toward addiction as a form of escape. Alcoholics Anonymous provides an alternative path, a path based on honesty, connection, humility, and hope. It teaches that no matter how broken a person may feel, recovery is possible through willingness, support, and daily spiritual growth. Ultimately, Alcoholics Anonymous is more than an organization. It is a movement of transformation. It represents the belief that people can change, heal, and rediscover meaning in life after addiction. Through the 12 steps, fellowship, sponsorship, and service, AA offers individuals a chance to rebuild their lives one day at a time. For many recovering alcoholics, Alcoholics Anonymous becomes not only a place to stop drinking, but also a new way of living, a life grounded in gratitude, honesty, and freedom. Alcoholics Anonymous represents far more than a support group for people who struggle with drinking. It is a lifeline for individuals who have lost hope, a community for those who feel alone, and a path toward healing for people whose lives have been damaged by addiction. Throughout the years, AA has proven that recovery is possible when honesty, willingness, humility, and support come together. Its message continues to inspire millions because it speaks directly to the deepest human struggles: pain, fear, loneliness, guilt, and the desire to find peace. One of the greatest strengths of Alcoholics Anonymous is its simplicity. AA does not promise perfection, instant transformation, or an easy journey. Instead, it teaches individuals to live one day at a time, facing life honestly, without escaping through alcohol. This simple philosophy has changed countless lives because it removes the overwhelming pressure of forever and focuses on today. By taking recovery step by step, people begin to rebuild their confidence, repair relationships, and rediscover meaning in their lives. The 12 steps provide more than a method for stopping drinking. They offer a framework for personal growth and spiritual transformation. Through self-examination, accountability, forgiveness, and service to others, recovering alcoholics often experience profound emotional healing. Many members enter AA feeling broken, ashamed, and spiritually empty, but over time they begin to develop self-respect, gratitude, and inner peace. The program teaches that sobriety is not only about removing alcohol from one's life, but also about learning how to live with courage, honesty, and purpose. Another important lesson taught by Alcoholics Anonymous is the power of human connection. Addiction thrives in secrecy and isolation, but recovery grows through fellowship and shared understanding. In AA meetings, individuals discover that they are not alone in their struggles. They hear stories of pain that resemble their own experiences and stories of recovery that inspire hope for the future. This connection creates an environment where people feel accepted rather than judged, understood rather than condemned. For many recovering alcoholics, this sense of belonging becomes one of the most important parts of their healing process. Alcoholics Anonymous also reminds society that addiction does not discriminate. Alcoholism can affect people from every background, regardless of age, wealth, education, or status. AA demonstrates that recovery is possible for anyone willing to seek help and commit to change. Its open-door approach has allowed millions of individuals worldwide to find support without financial barriers or social judgment. This accessibility is one reason why AA remains one of the most influential recovery movements in history. Although the journey of sobriety is often difficult, Alcoholics Anonymous teaches that pain can become a source of growth rather than destruction. Many members eventually realize that their suffering gave them the ability to understand and help others who are struggling. Through sponsorship and service, recovering alcoholics transform their past mistakes into tools for compassion and guidance. In this way, AA creates a cycle of healing where one recovered person helps another, continuing the message of hope across generations. In the end, Alcoholics Anonymous is built upon one powerful truth: no one has to fight addiction alone. Even in moments of hopelessness, relapse, fear, or despair, there is always the possibility of recovery when a person reaches out for help. AA offers more than sobriety. It offers a second chance at life. It teaches individuals that freedom from alcohol is possible and that true recovery includes emotional, spiritual, and personal transformation. As addiction continues to affect millions around the world, the message of Alcoholics Anonymous remains timeless and deeply important. It is a message of hope for the hopeless, strength for the broken, and light for those lost in darkness. Through fellowship, honesty, and daily commitment, Alcoholics Anonymous continues to help people rebuild their lives one day at a time.